Welcome everybody back to the video. Today we are updating our arena stats video. Everything you've been asking for. I see comments left and right. What's this? What's that? What's your unit built on and all that. I am putting it all together in one video. Now I made this about a month ago, a month and a half ago at this point I think. But of course, Lady of the Scales, Sasuke. The meta has changed quite a bit. Now I could wait a couple more days if I really want to see how Sasuke plays out and Genesis Wrath and all that. But it's going to be different videos anyways for new comps if that were to happen, right? So right now, I think it's a good time to really update this. Let's get into it. And plus, the way my teams are built, it's not really going to change that much if it does change, right? So let's get into it. We have to go to Arena. Also, if you don't know, we had a little patch. And basically, what we did get from it is more arena slots. Very, very, very nice. So let's get into his team number one. Team number one is still the good old girl, Dragon Bride Senya. This comp is still very, very good into the old typical comps. If you do want a new video in terms of what to use these offenses into, let me know down below. I will gladly update that video, and I'll probably upload it tomorrow. Just let me know down below, please, if you want to see it updated. If not, I'm still probably going to update it because how the meta has transformed, right? So let's get into it. So, Mort, still same old Mort. S3 damage, typical. Destro H immunity, very, very solid. Young Senya has not changed much either. She's pretty much still the same, but I do run Proof of Friendship on her now specifically, instead of Bird's Eye View. Dragon Bride Senya, same situation, same build. Arbiter Vildred, same situation, same build. This team has not changed much from the last video, right? Next team, it is going to be obviously Kayron Solo. Kayron Solo was actually pretty good. I actually still think it's okay. I haven't really touched this comp in quite a bit though. I will say I haven't used it much. So therefore I'm not going to be showing this because I haven't really used it. But I will be showing my Kayron. Typical Kayron. ER and all that. You do want photogenic, of course. If you have multiple ones, congratulations. I do not. I have one, so therefore I have to keep on switching the artifacts. I will be showing the ARAM, typical ARAM build. Well, mine is on calendar and immunity. I've had this build since day one on her. I really like it a lot. Shooting Star Arcades, I do steal gear from my Dragon Bride Senya because again, very rare do I use my Dragon Bride Senya, and I kind of need to give this unit real gear. You will see later on why I need to give her real gear because I actually do use this unit quite a bit, right? So there's a typical build on Proof of Valor. And then lastly, Abigail. Again, I don't really use this comp that much anymore, but I will show it just to show it. All right, but there you go. And now on to the third team, which is Emo Luna. Now I will say I use this team versus literally anybody without Harsetti. Anybody without Harsetti, I use this team. It is a pretty strong team. The only issue I ran into is like a Beeline. If a Beeline counters me at like a perfect time and then I die. But I think that problem is solved now with a different team comp, which I will show potentially later on, right? But again, this team, I pretty much use it versus anybody without Harsetti. It's a very, very strong comp. I have not uploaded it. I may be uploading it later on. I'm not too sure yet. But I have been spamming this quite a bit. It's a really fun comp. Right, but Emo Luna, my top speed, very, very nice. We do have Bride Witcher Sarah, which I did move from a effectiveness build to a full damage build. Overall, I have been enjoying this build a lot more than I have the effectiveness build. It was very, very nice, and having a damage build it helps me out quite a bit. I like it a lot. Obviously, you do want Renewed Will on this character. If you could do Torrent on this, all power to you. I don't have the gear for that though, so I do have to run the crit set. Next is going to be Selene, obviously the carry in this comp. So, 265 speed. I don't think you want anything slower than 260. This looks really, really well. Even if there is, you know, a Lady of the Scales on Warhorn or Soul Constellation and all that. This is very, very good. Because there was a time I was running into issues where a BBK could not kill Hua Young and I would get soloed by the Hua Young. So therefore, I went over to Spirit Eye Selene, and there's no way I get soloed now by any Hua Young, because obviously Hua Young has risen up in the ranks. She's pretty much in almost every single defense, about 95% of the defenses, she is there. So, Spirit Eye Selene versus Hua Young, let's be realistic here. She's never going to win that, right? Hua Young is never going to beat Selene, and with Celine getting her, obviously, EEs and all that, all the buffs she's gotten, she's a very, very good unit. She does have a free soul burn on her S1. She's a very broken character. And if you pair this with Bride with Ysera defense breaks and the photogenic, you can pretty much snipe 2 units right off the bat and then leave the Hua Young and whoever's left alive. And that's pretty much it. The game's over. And that is it. It's a very quick comp, pretty straightforward and simple. I will show it later on, but not today, maybe tomorrow. I'm not too sure yet. I still have a lot of videos lined up, ready to go. Frieda, over here at 297, I've been thinking about bumping her up to like 301, 303. Not too sure yet. We'll see. I don't want to really have her speed RNG my Luna. She did before at 301. So I want to make her quicker, but I need to make my Luna quicker, but I can't do that because I don't have the speed gear for that. But yeah, Frieda, you really, really want her fast right now. There's a lot of native scales on the Soul Constellation, Eternus, and all that. So you really, really want a fast Frieda. Again, this is mainly for the people who do have speed gear. Otherwise, you're probably not even batting an eye at this comp. Next is going to be Lady of Scales. Very, very common Lady of Scales offense, BBK solo. Kind of hard to kill this. BBK with the S2 from Acades. Give her 3 turns immortality, and then you get ARAM over here to pretty much reset the Acades and give her another 3 turns immortality, not including the 2 more immortality she does have BBK in her built in herself. So it's really broken. It's really funny, man. Trust me, try this comp out. It's very, very fun. BBK solo. You could even throw in Charon if you really want to. Both works perfectly fine. Now the BBK build, same situation. Base speed and all that. Obviously, you do want photogenic on this character, but again, I am not going to be switching it in this showcase to show you. Just do it, right? I mean, you more than likely you already know this to change it with summer photogenic. Of course, do not run Shepherd. Do not run Shepherd. Run photogenic, right? Next comp, it is going to be Firelytica. I have not showcased this comp yet, but the main reason I didn't want to showcase it yet is because I feel like with Setsuka coming out, it's going to be a little dicey. I think it's a little dicey using this comp because obviously it does rely on CR. But basically, the way it went, it was that Firelytica at my, 308? I think I ran her at 308. Let me go check. I think I ran her this. Yeah. So I ran her at 308, renewed will, double speed imprint, so I'm about 330. If I want to make it quicker, I can make it like 311, 315. If I really want to make her that fast. But there's not that many fast Renox. There really isn't. People think there are some really fast Renox out there. There really isn't that many in Arena. Especially if you climb up here, higher up in the leagues. I've been outspeeding Renox with my Luna at 310. So trust me, there's really not that many fast Renox. Trust me. I can tell you now. There's not that many. So there's a handful, and you can remember who they are at a certain point, right? But basically, Firelytica boosts up to Seedom. Seedom obviously cuts in front of the Lady Scales, even with her passive pushing her up. Seedom attack buff, crit chance for the entire team. Overall, pretty straightforward. Seedom bops somebody, weakens a unit in the front down to immortality life. Veronica goes, strips, and then Vildred will clean up the last 3 units left to go because 2 of them will have defense breaks, thanks to basically Veronica S3 and then Firelytica guaranteed S3. Overall, it's a pretty good comp. I will be showing you my Seedom right now. This is Seedom's build. I do like her at this speed. Anything slower, though, I think it's a little bit scary because of the Lady Scales push-up. It does count, right? When your Seedom pushes up, the Lady Scales will push up before the restrict is applied. So keep that in mind, right? But again, I will probably show this comp later on as well. And then Veronica build, I have her strictly on the tank build. Again, I've used this Veronica mainly for Guild War. If I do get questions why she's extremely tanky, she's literally just for Guild War. Right? Let's be realistic here. 80% CR is broken, so she doesn't really need any damage. Now, you could go effectiveness if you really want to. I've been debating about moving her to effectiveness, but yeah, that's just pretty much how it works. Vildred, again, summer photogenic. Of course, you do want this artifact on him. Now, in terms of the speed, I've had no issues at this speed at all, whatsoever. Zero, nada. I haven't had one issue yet. So, you can try this speed. I haven't had any issues. So, just keep that in mind. It's a very, very good, it's a very good comp. Next, it's going to be for Hua Young. Now, this team has not changed much since back then, but is a pretty consistent offense versus anything not Lady of the Scales. Now, I've seen this defense still hit units without Yuha. Basically because Yuha has risen to the ranks thanks to her EE and all that. She's very, very good. She's very, very good into stopping this Hua Young cleave. Even if you make her Hua Young tankier, it works. Right? You can just Hua Young still if you make her Hua Young a little bit tankier. But, it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird. But obviously it is a very consistent comp versus anything not Lady of the Scales. It still works versus Lady of the Scales. I haven't tried it though versus Lady of the Scales just because I think there's just much safer comps than this comp. But again, I could be wrong. I need to try it out myself. I haven't tried it out because, again, there's a lot of Yuhas. And I'm not touching this Hua Young build because I have her this build for specific reasons and I cannot justify moving her build. But let's go ahead and show the team units. Festival Ida, typical build, 29k HP, very, very good. Right, you do want the AoE print. You could run self print, but honestly, the effectiveness, I don't really care for that because she does have Ignore ER on her S3, so I don't really care for the effectiveness. Realistically, it's just you have Ignore ER, so you might as well run the AoE print. Hua Young has not changed much from way back then. Still the same old build. And then obviously ARAM I already showed you, and then BBK I already showed you as well. And Shepard is perfectly fine in the situation, unless you are taking it into Lady of Scales. That's a little bit different, so you do want Summer Photogenic, so keep that in mind. Next, it's going to be the Auto Team, which I just uploaded recently. It's a very, very good comp. Yet again, you can auto with this. You can throw an Aiden in here instead of Lady of Scales if you want to auto, but keep in mind, be careful going against another Setsuka. It's a little bit different. I would not take this into another Setsuka. If you want to fight Setsuka, literally, again, I will make a video on it later on, but you can literally just run this. This kind of just beats any Setsuka defense. Trust me, it really does. This is a very OP offense if you have Lady of Scales. If you don't, it's a little bit, well, what could you do, right? But again, very, very good comp. I will show you the stats yet again. I've been thinking about moving her to Destro, but I do want her counter for Guild War reasons as well. So this is what the typical build I'm running on her right now. Overall, I like her. Very, very fun unit. Very, very good. I'm happy about her. All right, hey, she got justice. So far, her Renock, fantastic units. Every single artifact character we gotten thus far, OP, besides Victorica. But that's for obvious reasons, right? Now, I do have this artifact mainly for the BBK team. I run Veronica and all that as well. I forgot to show that. It does allow me to soul burn for this situation, so I can run over here and just throw in Veronica for the last slot. I do run that a lot as well. I do have the free soul burn, ignore ER on Veronica, so I do get the bomb, defense break. It's a really, really good combination. Now, I could change this artifact for the auto team, but honestly, I'm lazy. It doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter her artifact whatsoever, all right? But other than that, though, that's going to be my updated stats for the arena season currently. Midway through, stuff has changed quite a bit. But other than that, though, thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you have a good day, and I will see you guys later on. Peace out.